I made on Fiverr $2.7 million and I hit this milestone. I was at 2.6 and I hit 2.7 not very long time ago, and I wanted to discuss with you about this whole sort of idea, like scaling your business on the platforms like Fiverr, scaling your business on the platforms like Upwork as well, and what does it mean, like is it possible? And the biggest thing, me being on Fiverr for several years now, it's a huge milestone personally, of course, but what happens, what I see now is that, of course, we have more cases like this. We have more cases where people are making their $10,000 per month or more being on the freelancing platforms. This is incredible, and this is also the goal for my channel, is to potentially inspire more people to start their freelancing journey, to start their career as well, to quit their regular job and to do what they love, right? But we don't talk a lot about the fact of how sustainable this can be, because this is also a very, very big risk. When you are going on these platforms, you're going into some sort of uncertainty if this is going to be actually working or not. And for me, the biggest lesson I learned is that when you're on these platforms, you have to always remember that you will hit your ceiling. Sooner or later, you'll reach that maximum amount of revenue you can make per month. And this might happen in a few years, this might maybe happen in even longer time, or this might happen even quick, and this all depends. It's not only depends about the Fiverr, it also depends on your services. Maybe your service that you're providing doesn't have the same amount of demand, right? So I remember back on Fiverr in 2020, I think the NFTs services were very popular, and essentially people were making so much money with NFT. I remember a seller, he's been making like close to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month just creating those NFT services. So this is incredible, right? And then now, of course, it's not the same. For me, what I'm noticing is that if you're building your business on the platform like Fiverr, you will have to fight with several barriers. You have to fight with the fact that the actual Fiverr might not have enough clients for you, or they might not be bringing you the same amount of clients every single month. So that is one barrier. And I think, it's, don't get me wrong, of course you can still be making a lot of money, but once you start to grow your business seriously, once you start hiring people, once you start setting up a proper company entity in your country, once you start paying all of these contributions as well to the government, and of course if you employ people, if you decide to employ them legally, you have to be paying for their taxes, and there's just a lot of things that goes in there. And if your business depends on Fiverr, that means you are going into this uncertainty. You're going into this direction where maybe you're not going to have the same amount of revenue coming to you every month. But if you're hiring someone, you cannot just hire them and then fire them, right? There are certain commitments you have to make. There are certain responsibilities that goes in there. And this is the scariest part, because for example, recently we've seen by mistake, thankfully, but still it's very scary that sellers are getting emails that their Fiverr account can be suspended, and then this happens because of this sort of a mistake, because Fiverr is fighting with this let's say spammers who are creating those multiple accounts on Fiverr, who are abusing the platform. And then in the result, of course, some good sellers could be affected, but of course then Fiverr, you reach out to them, they are able to assist you, right? If it's not your fault, you will not be banned. But again, there's always risks like that as well, and this is what is scary. Of course, when we are at some sort of comfort level, if we are happy with Fiverr, if we're happy with how much we make on the freelancing platform, we're not going to really take much action. But then when something bad happens, that's where we decide to take action. I can tell you from my side is that everything you decide to do it takes a lot of time. So if you're starting, for example, your YouTube channel, your Instagram profile, your LinkedIn profile, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to actually build something, to see that. And that happens on Fiverr too. You need to give yourself, like, you need to give really, like, I would say, if you want to be successful on Fiverr, you need to give at least 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, you should kind of like forget about being like, let's say making 10K per month, profitable. Like 2 to 3 years, you should be ready to have like some revenue that you can be living from, and then go all in on Fiverr, right? Or on Upwork, doesn't matter which platform. But this is the amount of time it requires. And you have to be, the thing with Fiverr, for example, like we say on social media, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with everything. It's true. We have to be very consistent. On Fiverr makes you be consistent. It's really like, if you want to succeed on the platform, you have to deliver on time. You have to respond fast enough. There is a lot of different things that you have to do, and that's what Fiverr makes you do. It's not like you have a choice. Of course you have a choice, but if you don't do a good job, you're not gonna succeed. You're gonna have issues with the search. You're gonna have issues with the reviews, the customer satisfaction, and the result, you're not gonna grow on the platform. On social media, no one is telling you to post, or no one is like, pushing you. It's all yourself. And some days you might feel like, okay, I'm good, let's push it, and then after 2 to 3 weeks, you're like, okay, I'm burnt out, I don't want to post anymore, this is not what I hoped for, I'm not getting enough likes, But that's the thing, this should become as kind of a lifestyle. You should accept that there's not going to be a lot of views and a lot of attention. So start doing these things early. Like, if you're successful on Fiverr, and I have a good number of Fiverr sellers I know, and they are successful, they're making good revenue, they're quitting their jobs, they're doing this freelancing stuff, they're becoming agency owners, and this is amazing, right? But just understand that this will not be forever. In my cases, my August was one of my highest months, $44,000 made on Fiverr according to analytics. September, I'm back to 34, right? So it's like $10,000 less just in 1 month. Of course, I saw that coming. I saw that coming in August. It's not just like a surprise. I saw that coming because I could see, like, the reason why August was successful, because July was a busy month. We've been getting a lot of orders, mid of July, end of July. So that's how it turned out to be. And July in general was a very busy month, and then August was a slower month, right? Of course, you might say this is a season. It's not a season, but the worst thing that can happen to your business is when you're seeing a decline in your like you're not seeing enough orders, but it's not because of your service, it's not because of your industry, it's just because of maybe the nature of Fiverr, the nature of the platform. And this is the scariest thing, because at this point you're like, okay, I'm doing my best, I'm putting 100% every time on each order, but this is happening to me. Like, means I'm doing something wrong. And that's why you have those sort of risks you have those risks on being on Fiverr, on being on other platforms. That's why you really need to start to think about building your own platform. And what I mean by own platform, building your own space where you can have people listening to you, you can share content, but you need to build this space, not forcing yourself, because that's what usually happens most of the time. We're forcing ourselves to create content, to post every single day, and then what happens, we're seeing the number of views, the number of likes, the number of followers, and this is what demotivating us to continue doing that. Like, we're seeing that this is not working. But why? Like, what is determining what is not working? It's the number of, you think it's the number of likes, it's the number of views. But in reality, it's not correct. What's working, what's not working, first of all, you really need to give yourself a lot of time, because right now with the whole content distribution. First of all, you're competing with a lot of content that is created by AI, and that's what is going to be happening in the future, is that there will just be a lot of content out there on social media which AI created content, right? And that's why we have to be, as a humans, we have to be, as simple as possible in terms of the speed of creating and publishing this content. We should be just, sharing our thoughts, our opinions, our struggles, our challenges, our wins, and stay as consistent as possible. So I'm going also through this process. I'm not ideal, I'm not perfect example, anything. I always have challenges, and it's always like, you think that you're going in the right direction, you think that everything is going well, and then something hits, and you're just like, okay, I need to take a step back. For me, it's the same, being at 44,000, amazing, incredible revenue, going back to 34, which of course, when you're growing, you're picking up more expenses, you're picking up more maybe investments, right, that can help your business in the future, and then you're going back. Of course, it's not very healthy thing. But what I started to do is I started to work with clients more directly. I realized that this is definitely a must thing. When you have a control over the payment method, when you have a control over the communication, when you have a control over the service, and you're not dependent on, if the client paid subscription, paid it through Fiverr or not, you're not dependent if what happened to their subscription, is it canceled because of that? We don't see that. We just see on Fiverr that subscription is canceled, and we are not able to, the client didn't renew the service, and that's it, right? We have to send a new offer, and then the client might not be on Fiverr. The client just, decides to not go on Fiverr, and so yeah, there's a lot of these types of things. And if you have a service that is working, that's why, going on Fiverr to establish yourself, to understand that if this actual service has a demand or not, it's really, really good decision. But once you realize that, once you have this proof, you must build your own system, and you must have your client base as well. So this is something that I think it must be for every agency. You have to be thinking about that. So in my journey right now, we have the service that I'm scaling directly right now. It's the Instagram growth service. I'm helping businesses, personal brands, personal accounts grow their Instagram presence on Instagram, and this is helping them getting more connections, getting more audience as well. And this service definitely has a demand. It definitely has that. And just by reaching out to my followers that I have on Instagram, and asking them if they're interested, that is already has a positive impact. Last week, for example, we closed 7 clients that sign up for the service, which is very, very good, very, very positive thing. This week we'll see, but if I'm closing 5 clients per week, that's it's 20 clients per month, and usually those clients are staying for 3 to 4 to 6 months or maybe longer. That is a very healthy business. Of course, we hope that Instagram is not going to change anything, right? But this is what is important. And the other thing is, you have to kind of minimize your options, because if you have so many things that you are focusing on, it's going to be very hard to scale things. The same goes to the freelance hustle platform, which I'm pushing as well, which I'm talking about on this channel a lot. And I do believe it's a very long-term game. It's not going to happen overnight, but we are invested in this platform. Me and Ayman, we are putting our time. We are coming up with these ideas. Upwork is something that we came up with, but right now it's not as the level we wanted, but it takes time. So all those small steps that you take, essentially they will pay off. Of course, we want to be let's make 10K per month, and let's try to get it as soon as possible. But in reality, it doesn't work like this. You really need to give yourself a time, right? Even if you have something valuable, something good, you need to give yourself more time. So So yeah, that's what has been happening with me so far. You know, I'm excited to just kind of like share this, document this a little bit more, and you know, showcase what is happening and how things are in the business wise. And hopefully, you know, as I'm going on this journey, of course there will be always some wins, you know, in the long term, but I want to just, you know, give it clear for you guys as well. Start doing something else besides just your freelancing, because it can be very, very challenging, and sometimes you don't expect this to happen, and that can happen in the worst possible moment. So yeah, and again, once again, thank you for your support. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. If you're a Fiverr seller, we'd love for you to try out the freelance hustle, 14 days for free. If you have any questions about the platform, feel free to send me a message as well. On Instagram, you have my link there. If you need to grow your Instagram, I'm happy to do that as well for you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.